goes into something Doc is doing this year? What do you like about it?
I think it's easy for him to do, being the camaraderie that we have and how close-knit we are. And then Kyle and myself were guys who started last year. So there's a lot of, I guess you could say, synergy or comfortability in what we do here as an organization. So I think it makes it that much more easier for us to come off the bench and it seem, I guess you said seamless or whatever your comment was, but it makes it easy. And then obviously with team comes sacrifice. So I think me and Kuz and a lot of guys know that, and I don't think a lot of us would have came here if we didn't want to win and sacrifice and do what we had to do to win. So will continue to be the most important thing in the locker room.
I know it's 4 games, but does early success help with some of that, in terms of there's buy-in, this is the plan, this is what we want to do, this is what it could look like, and then 3 wins out of 4. It's like last year, the third win didn't come till November, right? So a little easier maybe for that, as you mentioned, the sacrifice of camaraderie to build when there's some success.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't put it on the success because there's a lot of things you can learn from losing a few games as well. And I attest that to last year. We started off kind of slow, but there was a lot of times we won 5 to 10 games in a row a couple of times throughout the season. So I just think it comes with the luxury of having guys who have been here. We spoke a lot on protecting the culture. I think that's what we as staff is doing a good job of, and then we as players is keeping the standards high and making sure that we just come out and do what we know we're supposed to do. And I think that it don't come from wins and losses. I think it just comes from the guys in the locker room and the everyday approach.
In the second quarter the other night, you were playing with Giannis and Miles, and Giannis post-up kicks out to Miles, and I'm thinking he's going to line up open 3 and he passing it over to you. I think even fool the defenders.
Yeah.
I know Doc has talked about we need Miles to shoot and be confident in his shot, and we know it's gonna get to that spot. But I'm curious, even when he hasn't made a lot of shots early on, for him to still make that pass, kind of what does that mean to you as a teammate? You're new to Miles still, and he's got a big contract, a big free agent, and he could go out of his way to try to show everyone, I can score and I can do this, but instead he's making kind of the right pass to you.
I just think he's a good basketball player. Not really overthinking things. I would hope guys don't. Well, I would never know. I've never been a max player, but I would hope guys don't operate on those type of morals and standards as far as them getting paid a certain amount, holding themselves a certain standard to be able to take certain shots. I just feel like if we come out and play good basketball and try to make the right play every time and with others in mind, I think we're unbeatable and we have a lot of talent. So, and I think he realizes that too. It's not just 1 or 2 or 3 guys that can get to it. You already have your top 3, and then you have a 4, 5, and 6 too as well. So I think he realizes how good the team is and can be. So he's a high character guy, super selfless. So I'm not surprised when he makes plays like that on the court.
Have you been surprised at all about maybe how good of a passer he is? I know you played him a lot, but he has that behind the back pass to Rollins you on a play where that's a
yeah.
Has that surprised you at all?
No. I've played against him enough to know he's a high IQ player and he has that ability. To me, I just think he has a lot more guys around him now than just 1 or 2, like I mentioned, and I'm excited to see how much he develops in his role here as well.
Doc had said at the start of this, with the change in style of play, it's like we want to run our pace, and whatever that's going to be.
Yeah.
It's not just copying another team. And then with the Knicks, he said, okay, first half, it looked like the Knicks were faster, right? And he's like, well, we just kind of stayed us, and by the end of the game, we were still at our pace, and it looked like they wore down a bit or whatever. I guess now that you're 4 games in, what does that feel like? Is there, because we can look at the analytics, like possessions, right? Is there a number like that, or is it more of a feel of pace now for you guys, where you just kind of know what it's supposed to feel like, or is there,
Yeah, I think it's depending on, obviously, makes or misses, time and score of the game. I think that's a big factor, but for the most part, just getting the ball out fast, not really letting one play affect the next, just getting on to the next thing. Coach mentioned it today. Bobby had a quick outlet, and I think we were laying the ball up within like 5-6 seconds. If we can do that more often, I think it'll put guys in the mentality of next play, not letting somebody score on us, get us down or affect our mood in any way, and get on to the next play and get going. And then obviously just keeping us focused. Like I said, not worried about the things that really don't matter.
So it's not like, I mean, that's an example of that outlet and layup was there, but it's not like we want to be into an action in a certain amount of seconds, or we want to be half-court.
No, that's time score, situational basketball. But for the most part, we just want to up go. If somebody's open, keep it simple and just pass them the ball. We already know the guys who are our ball handlers and who we want creating action off pick and rolls. So, like I said, just being selfless, knowing what we want to do as a team, getting out of your own way, allowing guys to be great in their roles, and try to get as many wins as possible. That's the only goal, and it should be the only goal everybody in the locker room.